Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything is going to be okay. I really want to emphasize that intro saying that everything is going to be okay because things have taken a very dark turn in the Waking Titan alternate reality game. At about 5:30 a.m. Central Time, the status command on Waking Titan updated to say Myriad field team dispatched to non-compliant Sacramento facility. Then soon after, the status changed again, saying field team has breached the facility, stand by for additional information. Next it changed to 12 comatose individuals located in facility. Field team moving to secure. Next it said 12 apparent test subjects secured, safely transported out of facility. Field team will clear the rest of the site and await further instructions. And then a little bit later it said, the status command on WakeTitan.com said, alert, security breach reported at Myriad sublocation. And then right after this, the Myriad-70 website status page changed, and the only thing that changed on that site is the section that lists physical backup nodes, and that section has stayed the same. I mean, that section has been there since the first Waking Titan last year, and has stayed the same throughout this part of Waking Titan. But that part is what just changed. There are 4 physical backup nodes: Alpha, Beta, Delta, Gamma, I think. And the Alpha one now says offline instead of online. So that's the first time that that's ever happened, that one of the physical backup nodes have gone offline. And then the status command changed again, and we got a bit.ly link that led to a PDF file. And the PDF file has a link to a YouTube video of the song by Rem, It's the End of the World. You probably know the song I'm talking about. It plays at the beginning of the movie Independence Day. It's a pretty popular song. Goes, it's the end of the world as we know it. And yeah, that's pretty ominous because yeah, let's just continue. Okay, the PDF file says, from Myriad, okay, well, first of all, in the upper right-hand corner, it says Project Where Active, and then the timeline usually said on schedule, but now it says timeline at risk. And the PDF file also says, from Myriad Crisis Response Team to Major Sophie Dubois, subject Sacramento. The crisis team has constructed a timeline leading up to the mass casualty event at Myriad sublocation blank. This timeline is not meant to be exhaustive or precise, but is a broad overview of events leading up to the incident. May 31st at 22:47 UTC, Rogueware Lab is identified as the Sacramento location. And then May 31st at 2300 UTC, attempt is made to contact Ware and request facility shutdown. Next, June 2nd, 1800 UTC, second request to shut down. June 5th, 1800 UTC, third request to shut down. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm decommissioning this base because I'm moving for the party at the end of the universe. June 10th, 11 o'clock UTC. Where deemed non-compliant, field team is dispatched to Sacramento facility. Now it's basically going to be going through what the status commands I read said. June 10th, 11:10 UTC. Field team breaches Sacramento facility. June 10th, 11:14 UTC. 12 comatose individuals are located inside the Sacramento facility. June 10th, 12:03 UTC. Myriad sublocation blank experiences a critical security breach, remotely reported. June 10th, 12:09 UTC. Large explosion registered at sublocation blank. June 10th, 12:14 UTC. Local emergency crews arrive on scene. And that's the end of the timeline. And then it says, as of the time of this writing, the following individuals who were present in sublocation blank are not accounted for. Ray Cabrera, Nia Clark, blank, one of the names is blacked out, Amos Lucero, Kane Drake, Eloise Summers, Lillian Beaumont, Vicky Stafford, Emmanuel Cardenas, Danica Mack, and Bradley McDonald. And then it says the search for survivors at sublocation blank is ongoing. The 12 subjects are stable but not awake, awaiting neurological assessment. Documents recovered from Sacramento facility suggest that there are more wear labs than we were initially led to believe. Of the labs we infiltrated, only the Sacramento and Beijing labs were performing tests on human subjects. The Beijing lab's test subjects were deceased by the time the field inspection team arrived. An investigation is ongoing into their causes of death. And then we also got a new video, which is a video of several different camera feeds. And in one of them, there's somebody talking on the phone. It might be Elizabeth Lighton. It's a little hard to tell because she's not looking at the well, you can see her face, but she's not looking directly at the camera, and it's just a little hard to tell if it's Emily or not, but it probably is. And the camera feeds are mostly just looping at empty rooms, except one is outdoor, and then soon after she gets done talking, she's talking to Sophie Dubois. We're pretty sure it's Elizabeth Lighton, but she says Sophie during the conversation, so she's most likely talking to Sophie Dubois and is being given a report on what happened at Sacramento and also about the deceased at the Beijing lab. And then soon after she is done talking, her camera cuts out, and most of the cameras cut out, and one of the cameras that is on the outside of a building, there's a big explosion. You can see the explosion in the video, and we're guessing, that was the location that was attacked, the Myriad one they talked about that was breached and that there was an explosion at. And of course I will link the video and also the bit.ly link for the PDF file so that you can look at it too, in a pinned comment. So it's looking like, well, the thing I'm really worried about is that Elizabeth Lighton may be one of the people missing, because it listed all those people that are unaccounted for at the Myriad lab, and there's one that is blank. And if that is Elizabeth Lighton in the video, then it is entirely possible that Elizabeth has either been injured or even killed in this explosion. Now that would be really tragic, because Elizabeth Lighton, she's been this really likable character in the ARG all this time, and I mean, she gave us so much hope at the end of the very first phase of Waking Titan, when she told us what had really been going on, and that, you know, this was all an experiment to investigate the nature of reality, and that it was going to change the world for the better, and so on and so forth. And now I really hope that she hasn't been killed in this storyline. It would really be sad if that character died, but she's unaccounted for. They haven't said that those people are deceased, but they did say this was a mass casualty event, and so it is very likely that many of the people did die, and that's pretty bad. Okay, so basically it seems that Ware is dangerous still. I said in the last video that they might not be evil, just because Emily said that the Ware technology is good and is needed for the future of the world. But I mean, that doesn't mean that the people who created the technology are still good, are good people. That they may be trying to use their technology for bad, even if it is groundbreaking and important stuff. But so what I'm thinking is there is some possibility that this is there's some kind of ultimate mastermind going on here, that is not just Ware. Of course, it's still quite possible that Ware is evil and they're doing all of this, but Emily, in her video that I talked about last time, she did say that she said, sorry, I'm trying to collect my thoughts here. She said that she did not know the source of the corruption, that she was trying to help these people that were trapped in the simulation, these dreamers, and I had always assumed that that was the corruption, that people's brains being hooked to Emily's system was causing corruption, that corrupt data was coming from people's minds. Basically, the human mind creates information that is too much for a computer to handle, or something like that, and it was causing Emily to malfunction. However, Emily didn't say that it was the dreamers that were messing her up. She said that the corruption, that she does not know where it's coming from, was the problem. So I'm starting to think that maybe all of this is being caused by some unknown party. There is, at the beginning of this year, we got a PDF file, the first PDF file in January, and on that PDF file there were 5 websites: Atlas, Myriad, Waking Titan, Ware, WR, we know now that it was Ware, and there was one last one, CR. Now CR has been mentioned again, I think when the Myriad uplink stuff was first coming up, or before it came up, they said that it was feed from CR, but they've never told us what CR is. At first I thought maybe it was SATCOM, but I don't see how CR could be an acronym for SATCOM. So we've got this 5th and final website that we don't know what it is yet, CR, and SATCOM seems to be related to Myriad, so SATCOM is more part of Myriad, so CR must be a totally separate entity. I think CR may either be some evil unknown organization, or, since it seems to be connected to the Myriad stuff, it might just be some other subsystem that we haven't been told about yet. We really don't know. But anyway, so the 12 people that we're supposed to be helping that are in the that are trapped in the Ware system are in the custody of Myriad, and we still have a connection to them through the Myriad dashboard. So our mission is still going to be to get those people to wake up. They're comatose right now, just like our No was. So if we can somehow help them get out of the simulation, they can wake up. But now we've got possibly Ware. I mean, that's what people are assuming right now, is that Ware are the ones that destroyed this Myriad location with an explosion, and it took down the physical backup node on the Ware website. So right now there's no telling what's going to happen, how we're going to deal with this. Emily said that once we get the SATCOM system fully up, that will help us to get people disconnected from the simulation, the sleepers and all that. But if Ware is going around blowing up facilities, I don't know how we're going to stop them just with a website, with a satellite uplink. Yeah, I don't know. We don't know what caused the explosion, how they caused it. Like, was it a bomb? Was it some kind of, laser from the satellite? Who knows? But yeah, the ARG is definitely taking a very dark turn, and it's all very concerning. L Plays Gaming still may have been right, that Ware may be the bad guys after all. But yeah. But anyway, it's all kind of exciting, but it's also very scary considering all of the casualties that are happening. I think it was 15 died at the Beijing laboratory when they were forcefully disconnected. It doesn't seem now that that was caused by the Atlas Corporation. I was assuming that, but this report says that they don't know what the cause of death was, unless they just don't realize that they caused them to be disconnected. Unless, the disconnection was caused by this other third or fourth party that we don't know about, that may actually be the ultimate mastermind behind all of this. I'm just throwing ideas out there at this point. But anyway, what do you all think about it? What do you think? Ware is evil, or do you think it's somebody else that's causing this? I would like to know what people think of all this and how this is all going to turn out. Of course, as always, this is just leading up to the No Man's Sky next update somehow, and Emily still seems to think that the Ware technology is good and can be used for the good of mankind. So it's still possible that once we stop whoever is doing the bad things, blowing things up, that the Ware technology will be able to be used to improve Emily's processing power, and that is basically the same as causing an update to No Man's Sky. So that is the ultimate end game, of course. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm just about done clearing out my farm. I still got to get rid of all the buildings, but I'll do that off camera, because of course I'm moving my survival mode base to the Party at the End of the Universe planet, which I was on in the last episode. And yeah, that's July 22nd. I did a separate video about that, but I have to move there in survival mode because I have to make the survival mode race event for people to do. But anyway, like I said, things are really heating up in Waking Titan, and hopefully things are going okay. Yeah, I'm going to say everything is definitely going to be okay, like I always do. So I have been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day, and remember, everything is going to be okay.